Why is it some people are getting successful while others are just keep spinning the wheel? Today we are breaking down 15 mindset traits successful people all have in common.
Yeah, really cool. And let's make it personal. Let's talk about it from a perspective where we can kind of apply ourselves to it and see like how we think and what we think about it. And let's have fun.
I'm actually curious, first of all, right now in your business, before we dig in, what do you think right now is a trait that you are using a lot for yourself right now?
We're tapping into my beliefs. And one of my beliefs are that there is nothing that can happen or come up as a problem that I won't be able to solve.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it will be pleasant. Doesn't mean that I will feel good while it happens. But a core belief that I have is that there is nothing that can happen that I can't solve with different results. What about you?
Right now, I'm really into, since we're going to Thailand in the next 4 days, I'm really, really thinking into the long-term game. I'm really thinking into, okay, everything we're doing now, because we're going to be away from the business for 14 days. How can we make sure the business runs without us in those 14 days? I'm kind of using this deadline right now to make it into how we do stuff for us to have a business where we can take off 14 days whenever we want to and leave. So that's what I'm thinking a lot long-term right now. Not into my nitty-gritty stuff, but systems, long-term systems.
So what is the trait?
I think it's the ability to think in structures, systems, not into tasks and doings, but more into using systems. Why is this topic so interesting? I think it's because, first of all, we work with almost 900 coaches, but also ourselves. We take coaching. We've been having business coaches in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Always at least one business coach. And that means we've been in a lot of masterminds. We've literally been in masterminds meeting more than a couple of thousand of the top coaches around the world, which is amazing. But what we also have been seeing is that people in the same course, it doesn't matter where, we've been in so many courses, it's the same thing. Everyone has access to the same tools, the same trainings, the same frameworks, the same everything. So what is the difference between those who just run away and those who keep stalling and never move anywhere? And I think that's what's really interesting in this episode today. Look at why can two people have exactly the same recipe, not get the same result? I put down 15 different points. Some of the things we've been talking about over the last many years, we see this thing and this thing. Because often when we get stuck, we have this conversation between us like, I'm so frustrated right now because there's this thing I can't get to think, or oh, I'm so frustrated because I have this stupid belief and I think this is the belief. Or what is the belief I'm not seeing? And I know your favorite question you always love to ask our coaches. I love one you say, what is it that I don't see myself that if I understood it or saw it right now would help me to get unstuck and move to the next step?
I'm using that for my coaches.
Yeah.
What do you now know that if I knew it would take me to the next level? What is it that you understand that I don't understand? That if I understood it, it would automatically help me take the next step. It's a great question because it frames the perspective of finding the missing piece and also focusing on there is something over there. I have the source. What can I learn from you? And it makes you humble and it makes you curious and it makes you it's exciting.
Let's go through these 15 traits. The first one is ownership versus excuses.
Yeah, you need to choose.
Yeah.
So you could either have excuses or you can have results.
Yeah. Successful people, they own their results.
Yeah.
They understand that creating the results is all of their responsibility. It's about them and no one else. And people who fail blame. They look for something to blame or someone to blame for them not getting what they wanted to have.
That's what's going to happen. Building success isn't like ride going up. It's like more fails than it is successes. But over time, the successes are going to stand out because we grow.
It's one of the clear things when we're having sales calls with people. And if they're sitting on a sales call with us, where we're about to figure out, is this person a fit into our programs? And this person is blaming their first 5 different business coaches that they didn't work. It didn't work because this one, and they were like this, and they were like this. We don't want to be your number 6 because we are going to be your number 6. You're going to blame. because it tells us everything about the mindset you come with. So, number 2, curiosity versus certainty. A person who's a successful person, they will ask questions. They would be curious about what can I learn, where a person who keeps struggling have the belief that I already know the thing. They're stuck in, well, but I know this. I've heard this before. You've probably been doing events and you have someone writing you're in the Zoom room and you have someone writing in the chat, oh, I know that already.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've tried that. I've done that. Yeah, I know that. I've known that for 10 years. Okay, cool.
You don't know if you don't have the results to prove it. And that's the thing. People who are highly successful, they keep staying humble about being curious. What is it I don't know? Just like the question you always ask.
Yeah.
That's something I need to remind myself of. Yeah, I've seen that before. I've heard that before. I know that thing. But it's about being able to ask yourself, but is there something new I can learn from this? Number 3, consistency versus burst. So a person who's highly successful, they show up every day and not when they're motivated. So it's literally about being disciplined enough to do the things you said you're going to do, even when you don't feel it.
Yeah. Or even if being enough of a leader to do what you said you would do.
Yeah.
Even when the feeling you had when you said you would do it is gone.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I've never been ready for anything that I've started or taken on or done. Motivation isn't my source of power. That's not where I'm going. That's not what I'm looking for. Sitting in a chair, listening to this right now, we can definitely decide from a powerful state and say that, okay, so it's not me waiting to become ready. It's me taking the bull by the horn and taking action. Yeah. There are days where you will go to work and try and it will just be like really bad.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Because it's not about perfection. It's not about doing the perfect thing all the time. It's not about delivering the best meeting every meeting or the best sales call every sales call. It's about sticking to it.
Yeah.
Being consistent with showing up for your business and for yourself.
Yeah. Great.
Next one.
Feedback as fuel or feedback as failure?
Yeah.
How do you view feedback?
So feedback is what you're feeded back from anything that happened at any time or any situation. It's information. What can you do with information? You can learn. So feedback is never good or bad. Feedback is never opinionated or not.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but we need to look for it.
Let's take some examples for coaches. Let's say you do a post and someone writes something negative on it.
Yeah.
Let's say you are chatting with someone and someone replies back that they don't like how you do stuff or how you answer them or how you respond or how you show up. Let's say you are doing a workshop and no one buys. No one wants to book a call. No one books a call. What does that mean? The successful group of people, what they means is data. And it's about really understanding if you can move and not put your own feelings, emotions into that and understand it's not personal, it's not about you, but it's about, are you going to get stuck and overly emotional about things and it's going to be
move forward?
Or are you going to take it and say, okay, let's change, let's move forward and test it again then. Long-term vision versus instant gratification.
First of all, in order to be able to navigate, to know if I'm going to go left or go right or like move forward, stand still, go back or look for feedback, we need direction. We need a destination. Is it important what the vision contains? Does it need to be a masterpiece? No, it doesn't. For years, I dreamt of a Ferrari. Now I could buy a Ferrari. I won't. Because it's not a part of who I am, but it gave me energy.
No, but
I
think that example is very important.
Yeah.
Because we were amongst those who just grew so freaking fast and suddenly we had so much money that we didn't know what to do with.
No.
We just need to buy more stuff. We got completely into that part, but it's about thinking, stopping up. And I'm so grateful today that we knew that we need to take our profits and put them into saving accounts, put them into investment accounts and have them work for us instead of just using them. Yeah. Because we've seen so many people who went out and bought their Porsches, bought their Ferraris, and then suddenly they didn't have any money back for the rainy day.
Yeah, but because it's more than that, because when you have money, you realize how wildly expensive it is to buy something wildly expensive.
Yeah.
If I spend a couple of €100,000 on a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or something like that I know will be worth less, I know what that money could have done for me instead.
Yeah.
it still gave me energy when I was 23, 24 to visualize to have a Porsche.
Yeah.
Like it helped me to move or to have a Ferrari because it helped me move. And then the other part of it is instant gratification. I'm not a big fan of I'm going to suffer now to live later.
Yeah.
For me, it's balance. But it's balance in both of them because working on your vision will not create your future. Satisfying your needs at the moment is going to keep you in the same place. So we got to find the balance of, okay, so where can I treat myself? How can I treat myself? How can I design a lifestyle and a structure that gives me what I need in my life at the same time as I know where I'm heading? I can create a structure that gifts myself the things that makes my life great.
Yeah. If you want more than what you already got, you got to invest in it. So what we do is that we are taking a part of our profit. We've been investing that in stocks, but we also invest in property. So we're taking out money from this one and start the property businesses or investments we have on the side, which also gives us another stream of cash flow. But it's only possible because we have a vision for what is the lifestyle we want.
Yeah.
Action versus overthinking. So it's a big one, right?
So overthinking is a big, big problem. Please, please, please acknowledge, like, am I just overthinking this? If you zoom out, is it important to navigate the millimeters in a post or an event or a stage performance or a sales call? Or what if it's just like show up, be you, and serve?
Yeah. Resilience, fragility.
The reason resilience exists is because there is fragility. So you can listen to one or the other. So it's basically getting back to the one where you can choose to have results or you can choose to have excuses.
Yeah.
We need to be resilient, and we can only be resilient when there is a weak point, when we feel that we're fragile.
Yeah.
Resilience is a skill. All of us have it. We just need to put ourselves in a circumstance and an environment that allows that resilience to work.
I think like we've been in this business now for 6 years. In the beginning, it was easy. And then it got really, really hard. We had a time where we were like, is it worth it? Yeah. Literally, is it worth it? Are we just going to quit this? Is it even fun anymore? Are we just doing this because we said we're going to do it? Are we even having fun? But we got through it and we kept going. And I'm so grateful for today that we went through some really hard times.
Yeah.
And I see so many great coaches that was there when I started who are not there anymore.
Of course.
I see so many great coaches who came up and they're gone again.
Yeah.
Because it was hard. Yes, in business, it's not, you will have hard times.
Yeah.
It is setbacks, and setbacks just mean it's a detour. It's not a dead end.
So I just want to remind everyone that listens to this, no matter what year it is, if you listen to this in 50 years, I don't care. It's available for you to believe as well.
Run to the next one. Abundance versus scarcity. Do you see collaboration or do you see competition?
I've always had a problem with acknowledging competitors and that it affects my business. And people who are much smarter than I have said, like, Lucas, but don't be that naive that you don't believe that competition doesn't matter. Because to some degree, sure, it does. But competition has never been a thing. So learn to see the opportunity. And when it feels kind of like a tight squeeze and you don't really see, like, where's the opportunity, then learn to look for it because it's there.
Okay, we got to point number 9. We have self-invest or stagnation. So successful people keep growing, keep investing, keep spending time, money, and energy into their future self.
So it just struck me that the benchmark is do a good thing or do a bad thing. Everyone understands that stagnation isn't good, but it took me a second to realize that that's where people get stuck. People stagnate, people stop. And one of the things that distinguishes successful people is that they actually invest in themselves. And it's investing money, sometimes money they don't have. Yeah. They need to figure it out, but also time, energy, and figure out all the other resources that they have available. And one of the things that ties to that is being resourceful, because being resourceful is a skill. How can I find the time? How can I find the energy?
And it's not a one-time thing. It's a continuum.
Absolutely
You're never
not.
done. Number 10, flexibility versus stubbornness.
Yeah.
Being able to adapt and be flexible when things around you change and doesn't go as planned versus being affected by it, but this is not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and trying to force the reality.
Yeah.
I should feel this way, or I
It
should
should be
have
different.
this
It should
result, or I
be
should
like-
have gotten
yeah.
that client, or I
Yeah.
should have closed that call, or I should have,
Yeah.
instead of just accepting.
And especially how the market is now. I feel it's shifted so much.
Yeah.
And I think everyone who's been in the marketplace for a long time, they've gone through the past couple of years that how it used to be is not how it is anymore. It is different. But if we continue just being stubborn, it used to be like this, it should be like this, and you will be stuck.
So many coaches do is they condition outcomes. So they say that I'm going to have a successful business if it goes my way, and then they take action and they don't get the result that immediately that they desired or in another way, then they give up. There is so much stubbornness in, no, I'm giving up. I'm letting go of my dream because it didn't happen the way I wanted it to.
Then we have problem solving versus problem spotting. So either you focus on the solution or you focus on the problem. How I interpret it is that it's you find the problem and you look for, so what's the solution? You go into solution mode, or you go into start saying, well, it's not working because this is the problem. You get stuck in the problem.
Yeah.
And you start blaming instead of just recognizing, okay, it's a problem. How do we solve it?
Yes.
And move forward. Yep. Okay, so we have next one, optimism with evidence versus cynicism. The ability to hope, pre-thinking that, yeah, it's probably going to be good doing this, coming in with a positive mindset versus, yeah, it's probably not going to work. I'm probably not going to get a client. I'm probably not going to have the result I want to have, coming in with the negative mindset into the things. Next one, discipline versus dabbling. Successful people, they master habits instead of chasing hacks. Finding those, what's the one thing I need to do that will work for me? Successful people understand it's not a one thing that will make or break your business. Outcome is coming from this series of small things, not one big thing.
No.
Don't look for that one big thing, because you'll be looking for that one big thing
for your entire career.
Yeah.
And it
will not come. It's like looking for the lottery ticket, right? That I'm just gonna win that million.
That actually comes for some people at some points, but sometimes, but this won't.
I love this next one. Visionary language versus victim language.
Yeah. Please note again, reminder, this might be something that you are doing without knowing that you're doing.
Yeah. So if we're looking at visionary language, it is, I will, I can, I'm going to do this will happen. If you are coming in with a victim language, you spot it immediately. I'll try. Let's see. I can't. There's no freaking trying. Either you do it or you don't.
All the things that are being said with a... with a say is coming from, yeah, sure, I'll do it because you I'm supposed
you can feel the energy, right?
Yeah, and
oh my God,
it's never gonna work because it doesn't come with an intention. If you were to celebrate your wife's or your husband's birthday, and then you give them a birthday gift with the same kind of energy, they are gonna feel so uncomfortable receiving that gift from you because they are gonna feel like, what's wrong? And they are gonna wonder what the hell is going on. We need to come in with a pure kind of power. And we all have that pure power. And it looks very, very different for each and every one of us. When you step into your essence and are powerful, it shows up very differently than when I do it. But we all have our way of bringing it. Bring your life force into what it is that you're doing. Invest a little bit into your actions. Otherwise, don't do it.
The last one. Inner drive versus external motivation. A successful person don't wait for permission to make things happen or have someone else believing something about it, edifying them. They just move.
Yeah, go button.
Yeah.
It's a start.
Yeah. I'm really curious because I was thinking when we're going through these, what I see in you. I see your biggest strength of these ones, what I recognize in you, is how good you are at not getting emotionally attached to anything. You're so good at, feel the emotion and then let it go and move. Keep focus on the right thing. What does the data say? You're really positive in that sense. Like, you're really good at controlling finding what's it about, what's not about, and then move forward.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I see what you mean. And if we're going to play some ping pong, the thing that I see as your biggest strength is definitely to take action. There is no holding on anything to a degree where it's like, I feel like, kind of, what do I need to clean up after you are running forward? Yeah. That's a very, very good combination of skills that has helped us a lot. It comes from beliefs. So the question is, what do I believe that allow me to dissociate from what I feel about an outcome? And what do you believe that allows you to just push and press the start button and run with stuff? What I believe about the emotions is that, or the outcomes that doesn't happen, or a part of it is training not to get affected by stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've lived a kind of hard life. I've been in situations where I've been really uncomfortable and where I've been fearing for my life at certain points. It's just not that important anymore when you put it into perspective. What happens if this happens? Or we lost this, or we didn't sell here, or we didn't make the money we need. Okay, so what do we need to do?
Yeah.
And I don't know what drives your kind of go button.
I know.
Okay, good.
Well, I've been alone with 3 kids. I know no one is going to save me. I know if I want something in my life, my why is my kids. It's being able, and that's why I'm so happy that when you listen to this episode, we're in Thailand.
Yeah.
And one of my big dreams is to be able to give my kids everything and show them the world and be able to go and explore things and teach them.
Experience different cultures.
Experience so many different things, but also understand that they can become what they want in their own life. And I don't believe I can sit around and wait for someone to save me. I need to save me, and I'm responsible for me. I'm responsible for my kids. I'm responsible for getting the life I want.
Yeah. And I think that's a very good addition, because you can listen to this and be like, okay, that's not a life I want to live. I don't want to sacrifice everything that is important to me. And that's where responsibility comes in. Because you're not sacrificing anything. You work really hard when you work, but you also work really hard at not working. You ride around and you
cut the grass
on the lawnmower, which you love.
I love it. I spent 3 hours yesterday.
It's so important to understand that it is a design. And when we do things, we just have a few different traits comes more natural to us. We need to take those traits that comes natural to us, and we need to practice the others. Then we need to run with passion and something invested and an intention.
Yeah.
I think that's really good.
I think the biggest one for me to practice on here, I see some of them, they're sticking quite good. And we've both been in personal development for many years. We've been practicing, teaching, going to all sorts of events.
Traveling all over the world.
To go to these events. Really been working with ourselves for many, many years. So we've been through a lot of work. It never stops. And I see when we are together in rooms with people who are ahead of us, I really am so impressed with some people around. And I love looking at, when I see something, a trait I see with someone else, I think that's just so cool, that how calm this person can be about this thing, or how this person is thinking about certain things, or how they speak. I think that's the best way to learn. Like, make sure you're in a room with people who are way ahead of you and listen to how they speak. What beliefs is that coming from?
Yeah,
and
what do they need to believe in order to say what they just said?
Yeah. And I think that's so interesting. You learn so much from it, because there's definitely a lot of places for me to develop within this. I think the biggest growth for me is connected to really believing in myself. When I'm in a bad state, I can fall down to really become very, the visionary comes down to very short-sighted and into a lot of, doing instead of looking at the long term. Yeah. If I'm in a bad state, and there's some more controlling I need to work on myself and be able to handle that better.
That's so good, and thank you for saying that, because I think that is one of my biggest strengths. I never lose sight on where we're going, which means I'm not getting stressed about things that aren't done perfectly or correctly or in the right amount. I'm not getting stressed about the doing stuff, because I know where we're going. I know that we're going to get there, and it might take an extra day.
I love this conversation. However, it's been a long conversation, so let's wrap it up.
Yep.
I'm really curious to hear you who are listening this right now. It's not about a blame game. It's not about I'm good or bad, or I suck, or I'm
right or wrong, or
no,
anything.
It's not. But it is about looking at myself out from these traits. What is actually strength I have right now, and where can I see I'm falling down, and what is costing me? Being aware of it, because step number 1 is awareness. Yeah. Be aware and be present to who I am, how I work, how I function, and is that working for me, or will that give me the business I want, or will it do the opposite? And it might be a lot of the traits where I'm not feeling that, okay, I'm so far from, because this is about developing a new identity. You're probably not where you want to be in your business, because most of us who are business owners, we want to be in the next place. We're looking into the next place, which means that there's always some identity work to move through to get to that place. Now we just put up some recipe of the traits we need to do, and we can now decide what is the traits I want to work on me involving to the next identity level of myself as a business owner.
And all of these traits can be used to make you feel good and do well as a person as well. So it's not about building businesses. It's about becoming a strong, happy human being. And it is important that you understand that this is what we're building. We're not building a machine where you can do more faster and have less fun.
No.
Because it all ties together. You need to do well and be good in order to grow and build a business. That's just bottom line. That's it. If you've appreciated this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in another episode.
See you soon.